Next topic natin is about control system block diagram. So, meron tayong block diagram. Ito ay, familiar na kayo dito, ito ay closed loop control system na block diagram. So, block diagram consist of single block or combination of block. These are used to represent control system in pictorial form. So, i-discuss natin yung basic elements ng block diagram. So, the basic elements of block diagram are block. So, ito. The summing point and the takeoff point. So, ito yung summing point. And ito yung takeoff point. So, sa summing point, may makikita kang plus minus. Let us consider the block diagram of a closed loop control system as shown in the following figure to identify these elements. The above block diagram consists of two blocks having a transfer function of GS and HS. So ito yung two block. So ang transfer function is nakalagay lang na siya na GS saka HS, and it also having one summing point and one takeoff point. So summing point ito and yung takeoff point is ito. So the arrow indicate the direction of the flow signal. So itong mga arrow na to, so yung arrow na yan is forward path gain, so forward, while yung ito naman na arrow na to pabalik is feedback path. So for example, meron tayong block, meron tayong input na XS and the block na GS na transfer function noted by GS and the output na YS. So ang transfer function, so remember, pag ang input signal pumasok sa isang block, i-multiply lang natin, so magiging siyang output signal YS is equal sa, i-multiply lang natin X of S times GS. So kung kukunin natin yung transfer function na GS, so equate lang natin sa GS, so magiging siyang Y over S over ng XS. Y over S over XS. So yung transfer function, so sa previous discussion natin, yung transfer function is the ratio ng output over the input. So remember, pag tandaan nyo lang ha, pag pumasok ang signal sa isang block, multiply mo lang siya para makuha mo yung output. So ito na yun. So YS is equals to GS times XS. The output of the block is obtained by multiplying transfer function of the block with the input. So yung kaya yung sinabi ko kanina, pag pumasok ang isang block, ay isang signal, input signal sa isang block, multiply mo lang para makuha mo yung output. So ang summing point, so ito yung summing point. So the summing point is represented by a circle having a cross X. So ito, inside it has two or more inputs and signal output. So meron siya, ang summing point is meron siyang multiple na input. So ayan, multiple input, then single output, so isa lang. It produces the algebraic sum of the input. It also performs the summation or subtraction or combination of summation and subtraction of the input based on the polarity of the input. So let us see these three operations one by one. So the following figure shows the summing point with two input signal A and B. So meron tayong signal na A and B. And one output Y. So ito yung Y. Here the inputs A and B have a positive sign. So the summing points produces the output as the sum of A and B. So meron tayong positive input signal, positive input signal na B. So para makuha mo yung output na Y, so i-add mo lang siya. So positive plus positive, so positive AB. So i-add mo lang siya. So i-add mo lang siya algebra, parang gano'n lang, add mo lang algebraically, depende sa sign. So next is sa next figure. So the following figure show the summing point with two inputs A and one output, two inputs A and B, and an output of Y. Here the inputs A and B are having opposite sign. A is having a positive sign and B having a negative sign. So the summing point produced the output Y is the difference of A and B. So pag pumasok ang input signals and B, input signal na A and input signal na B. So pag pumasok sa summing point, so i-add mo lang sa algebra. So positive sa negatives is positive minus B. Positive A minus B. So yan na yung output. So i-add mo lang siya algebraically. So positive signal and B is the negative signal. So another example, the following figure the summing point with three inputs A, B, and C, and one output Y. Here the inputs A and B are having positive sign and C is having a negative sign. So the summing point produces the output Y. So para makuha natin yung output na Y, i-add mo lang yung tatlong signal. So positive A plus positive B minus C. So A plus B minus C. So yan yung output na Y. Next is the takeoff point. So the takeoff point is a point from which the same input signal can be passed through one or more branch. That means the help of the takeoff point, we can apply the same input to one or more blocks summing point. In the following figure, the takeoff point is used to connect the same input RS to two or more blocks. So yung takeoff point is kinoconnect niya yung mga inputs, yung mga signal. So for example, meron tayong input na RS, so kinoconnect siya. So kukonect niya yung mga input signal gaya ng nasa figure. Then ang pag lumabas siya dito, RS pa rin siya. So ito RS pa rin to. Same input yan, same input. So ayan siya, same input signal can be passed through more than one branch. So same lang yung mga input signal niya pag ginamitan mo siya ng takeoff point. So in the following figure, the takeoff point is used to connect the output CS as one of the input of the summing point. So as represented dito sa closed loop diagram, so yung output, yung takeoff point, ginamit siya para i-connect yung output saka yung input. Di ba, yung input ng summing point. So input ng summing point na negative feedback. So take note, ginamit yung ano dito is ginamit yung takeoff point. So the output CS saka input ng summing point na negative feedback. So ganun lang yung basic elements ng block diagram. So importante ito kasi gagamitin natin to sa pag-simplify ng mga block, mga next discussion natin. So importante yung discussion na yan.